If there's one thing I've learned in 20 years of existence, it's this. Never trust a romance game that says choices matter. Because apparently, they really, really do. 1 second, I was screaming at my laptop because the male lead dumped my character again for that sweet little scholarship girl, Sophia Stone. The next, I blinked and woke up in a king-sized bed that was definitely not mine, staring at a crystal chandelier that screamed old money. At first, I thought I'd fallen asleep mid-rant, until a pop-up notification blinked in the corner of my vision. System loaded. Welcome, player Jennie Addams. Current mission. Raise Felix Wilson's affection by +5 within 24 hours. Reward, 100 points. Failure penalty, public humiliation. What? I sat up so fast I nearly launched the bedsheets across the room. Excuse me, public what now? No answer, just another cheerful chime. Tip, try starting your mission with a smile. Felix Wilson likes confident women. Felix Wilson, of course. The game's cold billionaire heir. The one who once dumped me, well, my character, for Sophia because she had a pure heart. I swung my legs off the bed, glaring at my reflection in the ornate mirror. Same face, same brown eyes, same hair, but this wasn't my world. This was love and prestige, the dating sim I'd wasted an entire week trying to beat. Oh, this is fantastic, I muttered. Reincarnated into a game where my only way out is flirting with a trust fund robot. My phone buzzed. I snatched it off the nightstand, except it wasn't my phone. It was pink, glittery, and had an app called the System pinned right on the home screen. Curiosity and panic won. I tapped it open. Main missions. Increase Felix Wilson's affection level by +100. Increase Ethan Woods' affection level by +100. Prevent Sophia Stone from unlocking her true ending. My jaw dropped. You've got to be kidding me. I have to sabotage Sophia. Another ding. Side mission, attend morning class and greet Felix. Smile rating, 8/10 minimum. I flopped back onto the bed, groaning. I can't even get real men to text me back, and now I have to charm a fictional billionaire before breakfast. Somewhere outside, the sound of a luxury car pulling up echoed through the estate. I dragged myself to the window, and there he was. Felix Wilson, stepping out of a sleek black car in a perfectly tailored suit, looking like he'd walked straight out of a perfume commercial and into my impending nervous breakdown. The system pinged again. Mission timer started. 23 hours, 59 minutes remaining. I took a deep breath, smoothed my hair, and muttered, "All right, Jennie, you've survived worse. Just pretend you're confident, and maybe don't get arrested." Then I squared my shoulders, stepped into the hallway, and prepared to meet the man whose affection bar was apparently my ticket home. By the time I reached Havenridge University, my smile rating was already in crisis. The system kept flashing 8/10 minimum, and every time I checked my reflection in a car window, I looked like someone trying to sell discount toothpaste. Okay, I whispered to myself, standing in front of the gleaming glass doors. Deep breath. You're Jennie Addams, heiress, top student, totally capable of seducing a fictional billionaire. Probably. Then, of course, I walked straight into the automatic door because it didn't open fast enough. The system dinged. Smile rating, 3/10. Confidence slightly damaged. Yeah, thanks, I muttered, clutching my pride. Inside, the air smelled like coffee and expensive perfume. Students passed by in designer clothes, laughing, gossiping, some whispering about Felix Wilson, who apparently just arrived on campus. And there he was, tall, composed, suit jacket casually draped over one shoulder like he was doing a magazine shoot. The kind of man who could probably make an elevator ding sound intimidating. My system popped up another window. Mission reminder. Greet Felix Wilson with confidence. Smile score, 8/10. Bonus, physical interaction, handshake, accidental touch. I swallowed hard. Right, confidence, I've got this. I marched up to him, smile locked and loaded. Good morning, Felix. I chirped, trying my best to sound natural. He turned slowly, eyes the color of espresso and twice as bitter. Do I know you? My smile twitched. Jennie Addams, we've met at your father's gala last month. He looked me over, expression unreadable. If you say so. Then he walked past me. The system beeped like a dying robot. Mission progress. Affection, +0. Smile rating, 710. Confidence level, critically low. I turned to glare at his retreating back. You could at least pretend to remember me, you beautifully rude statue. That's when someone laughed behind me, a warm, teasing sound that made me jump. Rough start. I turned around to see a guy leaning against the wall, arms crossed, grin sharp enough to cut glass. Tousled brown hair, lazy confidence, and a gleam in his eyes that screamed trouble. Let me guess, he said. First mission with Felix. Don't worry, no one passes that on their first try. I blinked. I'm sorry, do I know you? He smiled wider. Ethan Woods. He held out his hand. And you must be Jennie Addams, the girl who's suddenly making the university gossip channels interesting. Oh no. The second male lead. The one I was supposed to avoid, until Chapter 6 of the original game. The system dinged again, loudly this time. Hidden route activated. New mission, make Ethan laugh. Reward, +20 points. I stared at him, horrified. You've got to be kidding me. He raised an eyebrow. Excuse me. Nothing, I said quickly, forcing another doomed smile. Just internal screaming. Ethan chuckled, deep, amused, genuinely entertained. Mission complete. +20 points earned. Ethan Woods, affection +5. And just like that, my day went from awkward to statistically dangerous. If I'd known raising affection points meant rewriting reality, I'd have faked food poisoning and stayed in bed. Because the second I made Ethan laugh, things shifted. I don't mean metaphorically. The air literally shimmered, like the world glitched for half a second. The chatter in the courtyard went silent, then resumed as if someone hit unpause on the universe. The system gave me a cheerful ping. Storyline updated. Ethan Woods has unlocked a new interaction route. Warning, deviation from original plot. Deviation, I hissed under my breath. No, I just wanted the points, not. Jennie. That soft, uncertain voice made me freeze. I turned. And there she was. Sophia Stone. The game's pure-hearted heroine. The girl who, according to the original plot, was supposed to trip, spill coffee, and have Felix gallantly rescue her, triggering their first affection event. Except right now, she was holding her coffee cup perfectly fine. And Felix, he was standing across the courtyard, staring directly at me. Jennie Addams, right. Sophia smiled, adjusting her backpack. You were in the same economics class last semester. I blinked. Right, totally. She looked exactly like she had in the game, soft brown hair, kind eyes, the type of face that made people want to protect her. I'd always liked her character, until the system told me to sabotage her. Sophia's eyes flicked toward Felix. I've heard he's hard to approach. You're friends with him, aren't you? Before I could say, absolutely not, the system popped up again. Side mission. Assist Sophia in meeting Felix. Reward, +10 points. Penalty, -50 points for refusal. Oh, come on, I groaned. What's wrong? Sophia asked gently. Nothing, I said, forcing a smile. Let's go meet Felix, I guess. We walked over, and the crowd practically parted like the Red Sea. Felix Wilson stood there in a crisp shirt and an expression that could freeze oceans. Wilson, I said carefully, this is Sophia Stone, she's. I know who she is, he interrupted, his tone perfectly polite. She's the scholarship student, correct? Sophia flushed, nodding. Why, yes, it's an honor to meet you, Mr. Wilson. I waited for the scene, the one where he softens, offers to help her, the start of their romance route. But instead, Felix's eyes flicked toward me. And stayed there. You're early today, he said. I blinked. What? He looked faintly amused, like the idea of me showing up before him was interesting. You're usually late. Sophia looked between us, confusion flickering. The system went wild. Storyline divergence, 28%. Felix Wilson's affection +10. Warning, game script unstable. Oh no. Oh no. Sophia was supposed to be the heroine. I was supposed to stay out of the main plot, and now Felix was looking at me like I just hacked his emotional programming. Right, early, that's me, totally punctual Jennie, I said weakly, tugging Sophia's arm. Anyway, bye. I practically sprinted out of there, dragging Sophia along while she stumbled after me. By the time we reached the student cafe, I collapsed into a chair, panting. Sophia tilted her head. You're really close to him, huh? I nearly choked on my own guilt, not even a little. The system pinged again. Main mission progress. Felix Wilson affection, 15-100. Ethan Woods affection, 5-100. Current status, catastrophic trajectory detected. I dropped my head onto the table. Yeah, I muttered. That sounds about right. If there's one thing worse than being trapped in a dating sim, it's being trapped in one that forgets who the heroine is. Because ever since the glitch with Felix, the campus gossip mill has been working overtime. Apparently, people saw him looking at me, which, in Havenridge University language, means I'm either engaged or cursed. By Monday, someone had already photoshopped us into a fake engagement announcement. And then Ethan Woods decided to make it worse. I was sitting under one of the oak trees between lectures, scrolling through the system notifications. Storyline stability, 62%. Emotional chaos, rising, when a shadow fell over me. Hey, smile rating check. I didn't have to look up. Ethan. Correct. He plopped down beside me like we'd been best friends for years. You looked like you were frowning at air, so I thought I'd save your face from permanent grump lines. Thanks, Dr. Woods, I said dryly. Do you offer Botox with that diagnosis? He grinned, only for special patients. The system dinged obnoxiously. Side mission, engage in playful banter with Ethan. Reward, +15 points. Bonus objective, make him blush. I turned to him slowly. Ethan Woods, do you blush? He blinked. Excuse me. You know, like a human. He laughed, head tipping back, sunlight catching in his hair. You're dangerous, Addams. Mission progress. Ethan Woods affection +8. Bonus objective. Failed subject immune to embarrassment. Figures, I muttered. Ethan leaned closer, voice dropping just a little. Why are you so interested in me blushing, him? Because my sanity depends on your affection bar, apparently. Instead, I said, just curiosity. Sure, he teased. Whatever helps you sleep at night. The system pinged again. Hidden variable. Emotional fluctuation detected. Warning. Multiple affection roots active simultaneously. I frowned at the notification. What does that even mean? Jennie. That voice could have frozen a volcano. I turned to see Felix Wilson, standing a few feet away with his usual icy composure. Except this time, his jaw was tight, and his gaze was fixed on where Ethan's arm was a little too comfortably resting behind me. Mr. Wilson, Ethan said smoothly, not moving an inch. We were just discussing skincare routines. Felix didn't even blink. I wasn't aware Addams required your medical supervision. Ethan smirked. You sound worried. I'm not. Felix's tone could have cut diamonds. System alert. Emotional conflict detected. Felix Wilson affection +10. Storyline divergence, 41%. Great, wonderful. I was now officially the reason the game's script was collapsing like a Jenga tower. I should go, I said quickly, shoving my notebook into my bag. I have a thing to attend, somewhere that's not here. Ethan looked amused. Running away again. Strategic retreat, I corrected. Felix's eyes flicked toward me, his tone deceptively calm. I'll walk you. Not necessary. Insisted. Oh, great. My mission was to raise affection points, not start territorial warfare. As I walked beside Felix toward the parking lot, I risked a glance at him. You don't have to escort me, you know. I'm not made of glass. He looked down at me, voice quiet but oddly sharp. You shouldn't waste your time with people like Woods. People like, he's literally a doctor in training. He's a distraction, Felix said simply. You have better things to do. The system chimed, like it was enjoying this too much. Felix Wilson affection plus 15. Emotional possessiveness unlocked. I groaned inwardly. Fantastic. I broke the game and now it's developing jealousy DLCs. That night, lying in bed, I stared at the glowing system screen. The affection bars were rising faster than they should. Felix, 40-100. Ethan, 25-100. Sophia, still the main heroine on paper. Okay, I whispered. Tomorrow I just keep my head down, no drama, no chaos, no. New mission generated. Attend tomorrow's charity gala with one male lead. Reward, plus 50 points. Penalty, storyline corruption. I stared at it in horror. Oh, for the love of Wi-Fi. If anyone ever tells you reincarnation is glamorous, they've clearly never tried surviving a black tie event with 2 romanceable men, a broken game system, and a dress that weighs more than your dignity. The mission was simple. Attend tomorrow's charity gala with one male lead. Reward, plus 50 points. One male lead, I'd repeated all morning like a prayer. Not both, not chaos, one. So naturally, both showed up. The night began normally enough. Glittering chandeliers, violin music, and rich people pretending to care about charity while secretly comparing net worths. I was trying to blend into the background, sipping a tragically overpriced mocktail, when Felix appeared like a storm cloud in a tailored suit. Miss Addams, he greeted, voice as smooth as espresso. I thought I made it clear you shouldn't attend alone. Trust me, I said. I'm practically invisible here. Impossible, he replied, and somehow he meant it. Before I could decide whether that was sweet or terrifying, the crowd rippled. People turned. And in strolled Ethan Woods, tuxedo half-buttoned, hair slightly tousled, flashing a grin that probably violated at least 3 dress code rules. Evening, Jennie, he said, deliberately ignoring Felix. Fancy seeing you here, alone. Felix's jaw flexed. She is. Ethan's brows rose. Oh, you're her plus one. That must have been quite the scheduling error. I smiled thinly. Wow, look at that, 2 men fighting over who gets to not be my date. My life is a sitcom. The system popped up like it was enjoying this mess. Emotional tension level, critical. Felix Wilson affection plus 10. Ethan Woods affection plus 12. Storyline divergence, 58%. Perfect. The universe was officially drunk. The gala continued, but so did the disaster. Felix stayed close, not touching, but hovering like a silent bodyguard with trust issues. Ethan, meanwhile, seemed determined to make him snap by being Ethan. So, Jennie, Ethan said, leaning in just close enough to make my brain short-circuit. Dance with me. Felix's tone could have chilled champagne. She has a partner. Ethan smirked. Funny, I don't see anyone claiming the title. The violinists began a slow waltz. I took one cautious step back, but Felix's hand caught mine firm, confident, as if the decision had already been made. Jennie, he said quietly, may I? My brain, refuse, say no, walk away. My mouth, sure. He led me to the dance floor, movements precise and maddeningly graceful. His gaze never left mine, intense, unreadable. You shouldn't let Woods get close, Felix murmured. He doesn't take things seriously. You mean like the way you take fun seriously? I shot back. Something flickered in his eyes, amusement maybe, or something warmer. Felix Wilson affection plus 10. Emotional vulnerability, unlocked. I was about to breathe again when someone tapped my shoulder. Ethan, of course. Mind if I cut in? He asked with a grin that could melt physics. Felix's grip on my waist tightened a fraction. She's busy. Ethan's tone softened. Let her decide. The system was going haywire, screens flickering in my vision. Warning, route overlap detected. Affection levels conflicting. Emotional stability, compromised. I squeezed my eyes shut. Both of you stop. They actually did. 2 billionaires in training, pausing mid-tension like obedient golden retrievers. I came here to complete a mission, I said through gritted teeth. Not to star in a live-action reboot of The Bachelor, Catastrophe Edition. Ethan blinked. A mission. Felix frowned. What are you talking about? Oh, right. The whole secret system controlling my life thing. Nothing, I said too quickly. Just a philanthropy. The system pinged cheerfully. Mission complete. Felix Wilson affection, 55-100. Ethan Woods affection, 40-100. Reward, plus 50 points. New storyline unlocked. Hearts in collision. I groaned aloud. That doesn't sound ominous at all. Ethan tilted his head. You sure you're okay? Nope, I muttered, but apparently that's the plot now. Later that night, as the gala lights blurred into gold, I watched both of them from a distance. Felix pretending not to watch me, Ethan pretending he wasn't competing. And for the first time, I realized something terrifying. The affection bars weren't just numbers anymore. They were real feelings, theirs and maybe mine too. If someone had told me last week that I'd be stuck inside a romance game, juggling missions, hidden affection meters, and 2 absurdly attractive men, I would have told them to touch grass. And yet here I am, internally screaming because both Felix Wilson and Ethan Woods seem to be acting weird around me today. Like unreasonably weird. First, the FELIX-GLITECHTM. Classes ended, and I was organizing my notes, minding my own peaceful, unproblematic side character business, when Felix appeared beside my desk like a silent, Armani-clad ghost. Jennie. His voice, low, smooth, warm enough to melt butter and my spinal cord. I blink up at him. Shouldn't you be, I don't know, being air-like somewhere? Felix pinches the bridge of his nose, like he's trying to hold together all his sanity. I was waiting, he says. For what? You, a beat, obviously. Excuse me. What happened to the script? In the original game, Felix avoids anyone who is Sophia Stone like she's the holy main character, and the rest of us have cooties. I swallow. Why? He leans down slightly, too close, too intoxicating. I wanted to walk you to the next building. His ears are faintly red. Felix Wilson, the cold, untouchable billionaire heir. Blushing. My brain, error 404, JNNIE not found. The affection meter gives a cheerful +5 above his head. Great, amazing, just what I didn't order. Second ETHANWOODS, and the betrayal of MY Heart. On my way out, Felix still trailing beside me like an expensive shadow, someone tugs my wrist. Jennie. Ethan. The sunshine boy. Future top doctor. Wears cardigans like his personality, is freshly baked cookies. He looks at me like I've been missing for 5 years, instead of 5 minutes. You didn't wait for me. His tone is soft, but hurt. Felix's eyes narrow. Ethan notices, the air crackles. Yay. 2 men. 1 Jennie. And 0 chill. I didn't know I was supposed to, I whisper. Ethan steps closer, his hand still lightly around my wrist, thumb brushing once. Accidentally, probably, but my heart decides to file for workers' compensation. You always wait for others, why not me? His voice is so quiet I almost miss it. Affection meter, +4. Of course. Ethan smiles just slightly. Let's go for coffee, you skipped lunch. Felix steps in front of me, instantly like some 6'2" wall of jealousy, in a tailored jacket. She has plans, Felix says. I do, I squeak. With me, Felix adds. Ethan raises a brow. She can decide that herself. Two handsome men stare at me, one warm, one intense. Both expecting an answer. Both very much into me, for some reason, the developers should explain immediately. And my heart, traitorous, foolish, soap opera level dramatic, chooses this moment to pick a side. Not with a grand revelation. Not with fireworks. You like one of them, you idiot. As I walk away, I hear them behind me. Felix, don't follow her. Ethan, I wasn't planning to. Felix, good. Ethan, you're following her though. Felix, I'm making sure she gets back safely. I break into a jog before they start dueling with textbooks. The moment I close my door, I collapse on my bed, face first. I like him, I whisper into my pillow. The system responds with a soft chime. Hidden route activated. Jennie's true love path. What? Who do I like? Which one? Why is the system being cryptic, like my therapist, during finals week? Before I can scream, the next notification pops. Warning, someone is outside your door. Oh no. Oh no no no. A knock. Jennie. Felix. Another knock. Jennie, it's me. Ethan. I bury my face deeper into my pillow. I am finished. There are only a few things you shouldn't do in a romance game. Ignore the main male lead. Accidentally fall for the second male lead. Trigger a hidden route that was definitely not part of the developer's budget. Guess who did all three? Me. Hi. I'm Jennie, walking disaster and future cause of a system meltdown. One operation hide from the boys, failed. I pretend I can't hear them knocking. Unfortunately, the boys are persistent. Jennie, Felix's voice is low, controlled. Open the door. 2 seconds later. Jennie, are you okay? Ethan, softer, warmer, more worried. My traitorous heart, that one. I like that one. The system. Warning, affection imbalance detected. Me, great. Love that for me. I open the door an inch. Both of them lean in. And my soul leaves my body. Felix looks furious in a cold, elegant way. Ethan looks like he's been packing outside for 10 minutes, imagining me fainting from hunger. They speak at the same time. Where were you, Ethan? Why did you run, Felix? I should have stayed in my pillow fort. 2. Felix confession that was not in the script. Felix steps forward first. I don't understand, he says quietly. Why do you avoid me? I blink. Avoid you, I just needed to breathe. Oxygen, peace, sanity, basic life elements. His jaw ticks. He looks frustrated, hurt, jealous. Honestly, someone should warn me before he uses emotions on me. You don't act this way with him, Felix mutters, flicking a sharp glance at Ethan. Oh. Danger music intensifies. What way? I ask too innocently. The way where you smile at him, Felix snaps softly. The way your entire expression changes. I freeze. Ethan freezes. The air freezes. Even the system freezes. Then Felix looks away, ears slightly red, voice dropping. I notice it, he murmurs. I can't stop noticing. Affection meter, +7. Of course. Of course. 3. ETA chance moment, aka my doom. Before I can fully process Felix sounding like a man on the brink of heartbreak, Ethan steps in. Jennie. Just my name, but somehow it feels like a hug and a confession and a lifetime all in one sound. His eyes are steady, gentle, terrified, hopeful. It's okay if you don't want to talk now, he says. I just got worried. You left so suddenly and you looked stressed and... He stops, then swallows. Just let me be there next time, okay? My chest aches. The way he says it, quiet but sincere, cuts through every mission, every affection point, every game rule. That's the moment I know. Not because of fireworks. Not because of some dramatic slow-motion epiphany. Just this soft, stupid truth. I like Ethan. I like Ethan Woods. He is the real male lead of my story. Not Felix. Never Felix. The system dings. True root SCLECTD. ETHANWODS. Note, this choice is irreversible. Welp. There goes the script. 4. And now the real chaos BGNS. Felix looks between us, my widened eyes, Ethan's soft concern, and something in him shatters a little. You chose him, he says quietly. It's not a question. It's devastation, wrapped in velvet. Ethan stiffens. Felix. Felix shakes his head once, sharp, controlled. I understand. No, he doesn't. No one understands anything. Not even the developers of this cursed game. I'm going back, Felix says, turning away. Good night. He leaves. Back straight. Shoulders stiff. The hallway feels colder without him. I don't chase him. Because I can't lie to myself anymore. Ethan touches my hand, lightly. I don't pull away. Jennie, he whispers. I look at him. And my heart answers before my mouth does. Ethan steps closer. Barely. Just a shift of weight, a few centimeters of stolen oxygen between us, but it's enough to tilt the world right under my feet. Jennie, he says softly. I forget what language is. His voice is warm enough to melt every decision-making cell in my brain. The kind that could talk someone off a ledge, or convince them to fall right off it with him. I thought I upset you. His fingers curl very slightly around mine, and I hated that. You didn't, I whisper. My throat feels too tight. I just needed time to think. About Felix. No. I shake my head. About you. He freezes, barely, but I see it. The softening in his eyes. The breath he holds. The flicker of hope he tries to hide, and fails miserably at. You're the one I think about, I say quietly. His lips part. And he takes another step toward me, slow, careful, like he's giving me time to pull back. I don't. I can't. He lifts his hand and touches my cheek, gently, like I'm made of warm glass he's terrified to break. Jennie, he murmurs, thumb brushing the edge of my jaw. My pulse jumps under his touch like it's trying to escape my skin and sprint directly into his hand. Say that again. I think about you, I breathe. Too much. More than I'm supposed to. He lets out a small, shaky sound, almost a laugh, almost a groan, and leans his forehead against mine. Our breaths mix. His lips hover close, so close I feel the shape of them ghost across my skin when he whispers. Good. Because I can't stop thinking about you. Ethan pulls back just enough to look at me, really look at me. You chose me, he says quietly, wonder and disbelief tangled in his voice. I still can't believe that. I didn't choose you. I swallow, trying to steady my breathing. I just realized you were already where my heart was leaning. His expression breaks into the gentlest, brightest smile. Like sunlight carving through clouds after days of rain. Jennie, he whispers, voice trembling with something he's been holding in way too long. You're going to ruin me. I laugh, soft, breathless. If it makes you feel better, I murmur, you're taking me down with you. He laughs too, the warm, sweet kind that curls between our ribs and pulls us closer. Then let's fall together, he says. He lifts my chin. Slowly. Deliberately. His touch sends sparks racing down my spine. And I suddenly, painfully understand why romance game heroines always look like idiots right before their first kiss. Because thinking becomes impossible when someone looks at you like you're the only person left in the universe. Ethan leans in. Not suddenly. Not carelessly. but with every inch of intention. He's been hiding since the day he first said my name, like it was something he wanted to unwrap slowly. I meet him halfway. His lips brush mine, barely a whisper of contact, and the world tilts. Every nerve in my body lights up like someone plugged me into an electrical socket made of pure emotion. He inhales softly against my mouth. "Jennie," he breathes. The way he says my name should be illegal. His hand slips behind my waist, pulling me closer. My fingers curl instinctively into the front of his shirt, holding on because the floor definitely doesn't exist anymore. The kiss deepens, gentle at first, then fuller, warmer, more desperate as a soft sound escapes him. His other hand slides up, cupping my jaw, tilting my face to his like he never wants to miss an angle. I press closer. He pulls even closer. My back meets the wall, and I gasp just slightly, not from pain, but from the shock of how good it feels to be caught between him and something solid. "Tell me to stop," he whispers against my lips. I don't. Instead, I tug him down for another kiss, firmer, hungrier. He answers like he's been waiting for permission for years. His lips move with slow, unhurried devotion, but there's heat, a simmering warmth under every movement, a careful intensity that makes my knees weaken. Ethan kisses like he thinks he might scare me away if he pushes too hard. But like he also might die if he doesn't get closer. His thumb strokes the side of my neck, and my breath catches in a very embarrassing way. He hears it. "Jennie," he says softly, chin resting on my hair. "I liked you from the start." "I know." He snorts. "You do. You're very obvious." He gasps dramatically. "I am not obvious." We both laugh. Feels it. This doesn't feel like a video game anymore. Not a mission. Not a scripted path. Not a route I'm supposed to pick. Just him. Just this. Just us, and for the first time since waking up in this world. I don't want to escape.